Welcome to Conspiratorial Conspiracies. I'm your host, Stu Bergier. Or am I? What if a person you casually watch on television or on the internet is not who they say they are? On today's episode, we will explore the mountain of evidence that suggests Alex Jones is not Alex Jones. We all know Alex Jones is a fan of conspiracies.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Serious crap.
But this is the one conspiracy he doesn't like. It has long been reported on reputable sources like WordPress websites and 4chan threads that Alex Jones is in fact the legendary comedian Bill Hicks. It's easy to see that Alex and Bill share identical features. Look at the receding hairline. It's exactly the same. Now you might say Bill Hicks is dead. This is impossible. Consider this. Bill Hicks died in 1994 at age 32 from pancreatic cancer. It seems kind of young to die from this type of cancer. According to the American Cancer Society, quote, the risk of developing pancreatic cancer goes up as people age. Almost all patients are older than 45. About 2/3 are at least 65 years old. The average age at the time of diagnosis is 71. So Bill was less than half the average age of patients at the time of this death. But if Bill didn't die from extremely premature alleged pancreatic cancer, he would be 56 today. Now let's look at the obvious. Alex Jones alleges that he is 43 years old. Is that the face of a man who is 43 years old? No. He looks, 56. There is absolutely no way Alex Jones is only 2 years older than I am. Not possible. Also, how do you explain the fact that they have the exact same teeth? Our teeth are maybe our most identifying feature. How do these two men have the same terrible teeth? What are the chances? Their faces look similarly pudgy. They have the same gap-toothed smile. And they even have the same moles. According to the completely unbiased website, AlexJonesIsBillHicks.com. Okay, that's freaky. It's freaky. You're probably saying to yourself, well, Stu, you look exactly like Brad Pitt, but obviously you are two different people because you're smarter. See, I am a prime example of the eerily similar features that don't always mean you're the same person. I get it. But Bill Hicks and Alex Jones don't just share physical similarities. Does this voice sound familiar to you?
The elite are all about transcendence and living forever and the secrets of the universe, and they want to know all this. Some are good, some are bad, some are a mix. But the good ones don't ever want to organize. The bad ones tend to want to organize because they lust after power. Powerful consciousnesses don't want to dominate other people. They want to empower them, so they don't tend to get together until things are really late in the game. Then they come together. Evil's always defeated because good is so much stronger.
Of course, it's unmistakably Alex Jones, the same owner of this voice.
There's a song I wrote when I lived in a dumpster. My eyes are red, my clothes are stained, and my breath stinks. If you can see this, you're not nearly as wasted as I am.
Actually, that was Bill Hicks. Hicks was a great impersonator, would frequently use the accent you just heard. It's the same voice, people. Especially when you consider the fact that Bill Hicks was prone to irrationally angry outbursts like this.
I want my children to listen to people who f***ing rocked. I don't care if they died in puddles of their own vomit. I want someone who plays from a heart. Mommy, the man Bill told me to listen to has a blood bubble on his nose. Shut up and listen to him play.
I can yell at the comedian because I'm a drunk. That gives me carte blanche. I got a and I'm drunk. I can do anything I want. I don't have a I can yell at performers because I'm a idiot because I got a I want you to go find a soul.
The only other person I've ever heard go off the deep end like that is, you guessed it, Alex Jones. Alex is very aware of the Bill Hicks theory and addresses it from time to time on his show, apparently. Sometimes he vehemently denies it, but sometimes he mistakenly slips up and admits the truth.
I carried on the charade for more than 15 years. Kevin, don't mess me up. Known as Bill Hicks, I carried out the fraud for my accomplice, Kevin Booth. Hold on, I'm gonna say it better. Hold on. Stop.
He's clearly joking about the confession as a way to cover up the fraud. But what should strike you about this video is the noticeable drop of character, change of voice, and the mention of Kevin Booth. Kevin Booth is Alex Jones's producer and good friend. That wouldn't be notable except for the fact that Kevin Booth was also Bill Hicks's producer and good friend. Kevin's production company, Sacred Cow Productions, has produced projects for both Bill and Alex as if they were different. Look at their artist bios. Bill Hicks and Alex Jones are right next to each other. Why? I don't know. It gets even stranger, though. Bill Hicks' last interview before his death was on the Austin Public Access Channel, the same channel Kevin Booth claims to have first heard Alex Jones's show. One of the last projects Kevin Booth shot with Bill Hicks was coverage of the Waco siege. One of the first projects Kevin Booth did with Alex Jones was about the Waco siege. What was another project Kevin Booth was working on with Bill Hicks before he died? I quote, "I remember the very last time Bill Hicks came to Austin Access, spring of 1993. We were working on a script called Public Access about a Rush Limbaugh-type character who angers a viewer, and the viewer came to the station and killed the host on the air." It's not a coincidence. But the most damning piece of evidence that Bill Hicks and Alex Jones are one and the same is the orange drink. Let's be honest. Alex Jones sells many bizarre products on his websites, but there's one that stands out. Tangy tangerine. What would possess a conspiratorial talk show host to sell a random, obviously terrible, tangy tangerine orange drink? Listen to this from Bill Hicks.
This is the product. You ready? Orange drink. I'm going, what's the name of it? Orange drink. It's classic England, right? It's such a socialist nightmare over there, right? That's the drink. It's orange drink. I said, yeah, you really got my act down good, guys. That'll be great. You know, when I'm done ranting about elite power that rules the planet under a totalitarian government that uses the media in order to keep people stupid, my throat gets parched. That's why I drink orange drink. Yeah, right. See, don't you see how it would all fit in? Don't you see how every word I said would be hollow and filled with nothing?
Wow. I mean, that clip gives me chills. Bill Hicks told us in advance that he would leave this Easter egg, and there it is. It's all a big inside joke. Alex Jones is a creation of Bill Hicks and Kevin Booth, specifically designed to mock the very people who watch Alex Jones. This is an extended comedy routine. It's Andy Kaufman to the 1,000th power. But obviously they are right that the government is putting chemicals in the water to turn the frogs gay. I mean, I'm with them on that one, 100%. And that concludes this edition of Conspiratorial Conspiracies. Now, some would say that I've proven nothing, that these are unfounded fringe theories that I'm perpetuating. I've just been cherry-picking all the information that helps my case while ignoring all the information that disproves it. Number one, you're right. Number two, I can promise you that I have far more evidence on this theory than anything Alex Jones has ever said. Thanks for watching.